Alright, so thanks for checking out the video here. I just wanted to show you some upgrades that I've been doing to my machine now that we're through the holidays and into the new year. Um, I made a few upgrades and I thought I'd just post these for everyone to see. First one I did, and the most noticeable one, is I put a new spindle motor router here in it. I was waiting to try and get my hands on a DeWalt router, but they're always out of stock, and I got tired of waiting, or they were back ordered for months or weeks on end. So I bought this. This is the Carbide Compact Router from Shapeoko, which you can see the box right here. It basically has the same specs as the DeWalt, but it's a lot cheaper. And for the mounting bracket, I found this 65mm black bracket from Amazon for about 50 bucks. And I was worried about it only being about 3/4 of an inch wide here, but it is actually pretty sturdy and strong. You can see on there are brackets, corner brackets, that go into the extrusion on the top and the bottom on both sides. So that thing is not going to go anywhere. And what I've done is I've just ran, it has a 12-foot extension cable on it, or power cable, so I ran that through the drag chain there and out to the back. And the DeWalt only has like a standard 5 or 6 foot one, so that actually is pretty good for this particular router. Again, the specs on this router are very similar to the DeWalt. I think it's about the same horsepower. It's a 6.5 amp motor, and it has a range of speed from 10,000 to 32,000 RPM, so it is a little better in performance as far as the RPMs than the DeWalt. So along with the router, I bought the Sweepy Dust Boot from Carbide 3D's website, and that was about $45. But actually, I think I only paid $30 because as you can see on the box, it says version 2.0. I thought I ordered the version 1.0, which was a little different than this one, but they sent me the 2.0. And so the 1.0 was $30, the 2.0 is $45. And so basically this just mounts to the bottom here, slides right on, just like that, and it has this magnetic detachable base on it. So this clear piece right here would be if you're going to be doing like 3D relief cutting. I think that's what this one is mainly for. And then it also has this one here with the brushes on it, so that just slides right on there. And also another thing I like about this one is, take this off or spin it around. I really like how it clamps on here. Now I have the screws a little tight, so it's not, you can loosen the screws up here just to make it tighter or not. Whoops. And you just kind of, once you have it on there, you just push this little thumb latch there, and it holds it on there nice and tight. So I'm all set for that. The next thing I have to do is just run, it comes with an adapter here, also 2 different adapters for the shop vac tubes. So I just have to figure out how to run a shop vac tube from the top of my enclosure. So all in all, I haven't tried it yet, so I'm getting ready to try that. And as far as price point with this bracket and the router, that's comes out to about the same price or a little cheaper than the DeWalt router. So again, like I said, I got tired of waiting for a DeWalt router to come back in stock, so I just ordered this one, and I'll see how it works. Because the main reason I ordered this one is because the stock spindle you see right there, I think the bearings inside of here are bad, or somewhere in the motor, because my bits were wobbling, especially when you have a long bit like this here sticking out. You could definitely see that it was something was wrong with it. I think the bearings in the motor broke. So I should get a new spindle. I just contacted SainSmart, and they are sending me a new one, so I'll have that as a backup if something happens to this the Carbide router. So we'll see how it goes. And also what I've done for upgrading my machine is I bought a new spoil, or didn't buy one. I contacted SainSmart and I got a new spoil board. If you have this machine and something, you find it warping or whatever, if you just contact them and say yours is damaged or defective, they'll send you a new one. So, and the only thing I had to do here, as you can see, this center hole here, and then these two end holes. These I had to drill on this side and that side because this is a replacement board and the holes are in a different position than from the original factory supplied board that came with the machine. So just had to do that. It took a couple of minutes, so it wasn't a big deal. So then the next thing I did is I ordered a piece of 20 by 80 extrusion from Amazon and some corner brackets, and I put a little support brace in the center of the machine, so that way when I put this new spoil board on, it will not sag in the center. So that should give it plenty of rigidity for the spoil board, and I shouldn't have to worry about resurfacing it as much with the spoil board not being able to sag anymore. So that was one problem, I think, just with the distance in between the front and back extrusion, is that after you start to resurface it, it weakens the board and tends to sag and not be as strong as it once was. So we did that, and again I have my clear acrylic dust baffles on both sides just to help keep dust out of the lead screws for the stepper motors. So I think that should about do it as far as the upgrades that I've had. Oh, and I did forget to mention that for the carbide router, just some of the things that come with it, you do get these two wrenches here, and also 2 sets of brushes for the motors, and also a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch collet. But actually there is a collet that is actually inside the router that came with it, but they included these 2 extra collets, so I have 3 collets that go with it, and these are special for this router. You cannot use other collets, at least as far as I know. You have to use the ones that are supplied through the Shapeoko Carbide website. So I can provide links to all that in the description. And again, haven't used it yet with the new setup, so I'm going to be working on a few things here shortly, but I just thought I'd post a video on what I've been waiting on, the parts to come in over the last month since the holidays. Some of these I've ordered and got them fairly quickly, but it did take a while for the spoil board to show up, and I think for the router took a week or 2 to show up, so it wasn't too bad. But now that the holidays are behind and New Year, we'll get started on some new projects. So thanks for checking out the video.